MC, it's so lovely to be here with you in Napa today. Today we are going to be talking about how the prestige beauty customer is thinking about and defining value. We know it is a challenging market. We have a more cost-conscious consumer with higher expectations and more choice on product and channels to purchase than ever before. A study from the University of Michigan found that the average American family will see a $4,700 increase in living expenses at the end of the 90-day tariff reprieve. And yesterday we found from the State of Fashion Beauty report that excessively priced brands have proven that they can challenge their more expensive counterparts when it comes to efficacy, virality, and innovation. But of course, with all of these challenges comes great opportunity. So, MC, prior to taking the helm at Unilever Prestige 7 months ago, you have over 20 years experience with working with some of the industry's leading mass brands. With this unique perspective, I'm curious, how do you think consumers' perceptions around value have evolved? And what behaviors are you seeing specifically from the prestige customer in this new environment?
Before I answer that, first let me say thank you to Imran and Joanna and the team for having us here today. I'm honored to be sharing this stage with some of the incredible people that we have heard from today. I mean, Tarang opened up the day in a magnificent way. The young lady, Sydney, who spoke just a few minutes ago. Wow, thank you. So going back to your question, perceptions of value. Before we get into what has changed, I would like to reflect a minute on what has not changed. I think there's two key things that have not changed. The first one is that beauty plays such a big role in our lives. You know, there was a time in my life where I kind of looked down on it, where I didn't really, when I was young, I just kind of didn't think about it too much. And I was blessed with good skin and all this stuff. And then one day, I started having skin issues. And I will tell you that it stared me straight in the face what it meant to not feel good when I looked at myself in the mirror. And the value of the products that helped me get through that. It really, you know, I think it had to happen to me to feel that level of empathy. And it's not just when you have skin issues. It can be you're going on stage and the glam team made us all feel better to be here. So we play an important, really important role in people's lives, in how they come across, in who they are with their family, with their colleagues. Are you able to bring your full self into your life? And so that experience really kind of put it straight up for me when I was relatively young. And so that has not changed. We play a huge role in the emotion and the happiness and the fulfillment of people all over the world. What also hasn't changed is that consumers are really savvy. They've always been. They now have more tools. Now they're better educated. They have better access. You know, anybody can research ingredients and innovation. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So they're more educated, but they've always been savvy, and they've always looked for value. And when it comes to beauty, I mean, value is it's really kind of like an equation. It's about, do you deliver the efficacy that you promised me? Is the experience of using your product amazing? Do I love that experience? Over the price that you pay for it. However, I think it's important to differentiate two stages. We talk a lot about the moment of awareness when I find out about a brand, but I think there's two stages. One is when I become aware. The multiplier is, wow, must I have it? So efficacy and experience, but must I have it? There are some products that we just have to have. And that multiplier is really important, particularly today, where there's so much being sent at us, and there's so much information. So at that moment of awareness, do you do what you say? Is the experience, the packaging, the touch and feel of your product wonderful? And does it have that desire, that irresistibility of I must have it? At the moment of use, which is the other important moment, again, quality and do you do what you say matters. But I think the magic really happens when you start using that product. And when that product changes something that really matters to you, it becomes unforgettable. So I think we need to put more attention in that part, which is innovation that really solves something important to people. Innovation is not just the latest trend or the latest NPD, but it's actually real work of finding how are we going to solve the problems that are still not solved. And I think that, that is always going to be there. It's just that today the demands are higher because, yes, there's more options and people are more informed.
Yeah. I want to touch on what you were saying about efficacy. More than ever, mass brands have proven that they can compete with their more expensive counterparts. We found in the State of Fashion Beauty report that 63% of consumers do not think that premium beauty products are higher performing than their less expensive counterparts. How does prestige compete in this environment, and how are the brands within your portfolio thinking about it?
Yeah, I think it goes back to they don't think that. And we need to look at ourselves as to why don't they think that. I think it has to do often with the fact that we may not put the same level of care into everything that we promise as an industry, and that perhaps we sometimes fall asleep at the wheel a little bit. When you look at prestige, why would anybody go to a prestige brand in a world where everything is accessible? It is because we expect higher level of innovation. We expect a more extraordinary experience. We expect, as consumers, a result that will become unforgettable. An example, I hope you don't mind me sharing. I was talking to Joanna, and we were talking about products that have done that for us. And she was sharing with me, you told me it was okay to share, so I will.
I did tell you it was okay.
After your maternity, you were having some postpartum hair loss. I had some of that myself, actually. Yeah. And if anybody here has experienced that, any kind of hair loss, you know what that means. It is devastating. And someone, luckily, suggested that you try one of our brands, actually, the dry shampoo from Living Proof. Yeah. And what you said to me, tell them what you said to me.
Yeah, I was coming back from maternity leave, and I was even struggling with my identity as a new working mother. And then my hair is falling out in clumps. It was incredibly jarring, and this hairspray, I had never thought about product in this way, but it genuinely gave me my confidence back. And it was incredibly powerful. And this brand has a customer for life. It was really, really powerful for me.
And that's what we, as an industry, thank you.
Yeah.
That's as an industry what we need to strive for, is to keep raising the bar, understanding what really matters, what our customers really need and want in their lives. And sometimes is solving a need that is really impacting you emotionally. Sometimes is something perhaps more, like Tatcha. You guys heard from Tatcha earlier today. When I take my 5 minutes at night to do my Tatcha ritual, I feel like I'm self-loving. That's really, I run at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Those who know me know I'm always going. But those 5 minutes are mine, and they're self-care for me. And I aspire the fragrance of Tatcha and the feeling on my skin, and that is valuable to me, and that makes Tatcha unforgettable. So it's really about continuing to raise the bar and delivering higher value in not just the experience, but also the results, and also the stories that we tell and we give people aspiration and dreams.
It's incredibly powerful. MC, final question. Thinking about future acquisitions, what are you looking for in the prestige category, and where do you see some of the most exciting opportunities?
So loads of places. And that's the thing about this industry. I had left beauty to go foray into jewelry for a while. That was fun too, and healthcare for a minute. But most of my career has been in beauty. And I came back to it, and I remember thinking, oh my God, beauty moves so fast. It's really amazing. And at this moment, we're all seeing so many things that are disrupting. But with disruption comes great opportunity as well. And so what do we look for? Unilever Prestige, our model, and I have to acknowledge our founder, who I've taken over from 6 months ago, Vasiliki, she's in here somewhere, created a wonderful model where we embrace founders and we bring you into the family and we help the brands really codify what makes them unique and different, and we help them scale while protecting that founder DNA. And we're very blessed our founders stay with us and continue to contribute for years to come. So what do we look for? We look for brands that, frankly, is the same things that you need no matter where you are today, which is brands that have a clear point of view, a differentiating point of view that has power to last. So it's not a fad, it's grounded on real human insight and real, purpose. And then that deliver that fully in everything without compromise, because that's the other thing about Prestige. Prestige is also about what values are you not willing to ever compromise on. And we look for that. We look for vision from the founder. We look for strong DNA. We look for perfect execution. And of course, we look for businesses that can scale profitably. So it's both of those things. And of course, we're always looking for opportunities where we see unmet needs. So innovation, true innovation, where there's a consumer desire or need that is not being met and somebody is solving it. I'll give you an example of K18, our latest acquisition. My God, K18 went after hair damage repair in an amazing biotech advanced way, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, MC. Thank you.